taking on the Bulls of Chicago.
Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. They come in playing pretty well, 6-3 in their last 9 games.
On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to feed off the energy in this building as they try to win one in front of the home crowd.
On the other side of the field for our visitors here. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their 9th-year quarterback.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Second and 1.
Looking middle, and that's complete.
That's good for a first down. A pickup of 2 yards.
They go play action here on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It's second down and 10.
Back to throw. Stokes. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let him fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win.
At the 20-yard line.
Up the middle they go. It's Spencer. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
That's a counter. First down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Right back to him on first down.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
So after several rushes to start the game, Charles, they go to the air there and get a nice completion.
Nice mix-up on the play calling, right? Establish the running game, make the defense think you're going to do it again, and then hit them over the top. Now you've got them betwixt and between. They don't know which way you're going to come at them.
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
7-yard line.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
This one swung out here to Jones.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bulls will
jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Point after try forthcoming. And it's good to make it 7-0. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Gets past one man. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Now a play fake here on first down. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second.
Looking to throw. Stokes. That's caught by Jackson. So 8 yards on the completion there. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
It's a quarterback sneak.
That's good. We're on first down.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Out, fumble near midfield. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Recovered by the offense.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Back to throw. Stokes. Boy, shifts past him. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it second down. Now a handoff up the middle. Raymond. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game.
A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they haven't had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
2nd and 13. Over the middle, it's complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
It's a gain of 4.
From the gun on 3rd down, Castro. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
The 40-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Castro. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 45-yard line.
7-7, our score after 1. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 2nd and 3. Now he's going to step up and run. Now the ball comes loose. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down a defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
The Chicago offense set to get started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. And this is going to be intercepted. Inside the 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they went standard nickel, not the buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7.
14, visitors 7.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
First down, Chicago.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
On first down, Raymond. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Stokes. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Raymond. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Taking it in from a yard out. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So he had the nice run to get him down there. Was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Chicago offense set to get started. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units in there. Kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
He's going to air one out. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Castro. He's going to try and go deep again. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
Results in a 4th down.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs. Because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Operating from the gun, Castro. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Looking to throw, Castro. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
And that one drops down, incomplete.
Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Back to throw again. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. The improv act there, good for 9. And now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short. 3rd and 1. Now a first carry here for their running back. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 3rd down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup.
1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
Back to throw. Castro. And a quick throw here that's complete.
Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 3-yard line.
He's going to try and take off with it.
Well, I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
Off the option, it's Jones.
And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They try to throw on 4th and goal from the 2. And the Chicago defense able to come up with a goal line stand. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Man over the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
1st down, Chicago.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield.
A nightmare of the first half for him, and that's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. They'll have good field position at midfield following the turnover as they start with a 1st down here.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. 2nd and 5.
Running right, Jones.
A good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11. Operating from the gun, Castro. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
A gain of 5. It's 4th down.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and they take a 17-14 lead.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. One more go for this offense in the first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Throw left side complete. That's Jackson. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Yeah, to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State. Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
3rd and 4.
To number 82. It's a gain of 6.
Looking to throw. Castro.
He'll try and do this himself.
Well, he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. Off the bootleg. Castro. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Back to throw. Castro. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Off the play fake. Castro. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Again to Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards and a Chicago first down.
36-yard line.
Off the option, it's Jones.
Touchdown, Chicago! A great play there. For their second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is lets you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you've taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that leads you into bigger errors.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
First down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Off play action. Stokes. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
10 at the 44-yard line.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
They'll run on first down. Raymond. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Lines at the 41-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up second and 8.
Looking to throw. Stokes. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun. Stokes.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. 39 yards. And his guys have made this a one-score game now.
So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive, because they had to be saying, we have put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Off the play fake. Castro. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
36-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available, because sometimes Teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up third and 1.
On third down, they're going to hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense.
And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6.
So 3 points, response there to that opening touchdown of this third quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the second half and take over.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it second down.
At the 27-yard line.
Off the RPO, he completes it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
A gain of 12.
Off play action. Stokes.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
In trouble, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is brought in at the 21. It's a 40-yard return following a punt of 49. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, That doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yeah,
run what
put
you
your
do
foot on
best.
the gas.
Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Back now here on EA Sports, as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4.
A quick throw out to Adams on the perimeter. From just shy of midfield, here's a second down and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at their 49-yard line.
Back to throw. Castro. He goes right back to Adams. That's complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They'll look to throw again. Throwing middle, and it's complete. This offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Castro. He's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Back to throw. Castro.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
At the 22-yard line.
Looking to throw. Castro. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw. Castro. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Off the play fake. Castro. It's a loss of 5 there on the sack to bring up 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 12-yard line.
Looking to throw. Castro. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
Gain of 3 yards. It's now 3rd and goal.
Back to throw. Castro. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3.
So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Looking to put a drive together. Throwing to start the drive. Stokes. Pressure comes and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8.
A gain of 10 yards.
Looking to throw. Stokes. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
A gain of 15. First down, Chicago.
Back to throw now on first down. And he's got his man on the out route. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Now he's going to step up and run.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
33-yard line.
In motion goes the tight end. On first down, Raymond. And he's going to take this one down to the 25.
From the 25, here's 2nd down and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll keep it on the ground. Raymond. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
The 25-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down. Stokes.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Stokes. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
First and goal, Chicago.
Operating from the gun. Stokes. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
Second and goal at the 6-yard line.
Looking to throw. Stokes. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And his guys are able to make this a close game again.
The kicker on.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Visitors 28.
So that one a long 11-play drive. And the gadget play gets him into the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Gets around him.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bulls offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout.
They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. Now defensively here, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Off the bootleg, Castro. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. And there will be a break in the action here. They're going to take a timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back.
Off the option is Jones.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. Off play action. Castro. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Yeah, boy, and it's tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. 2nd down. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. And he is going to have a 1st down here, and that should be the one that seals a victory. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
And they will take a knee here. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee.
Well, we all just got a heck of a show, partner. This was a close game for a long time. Close at half, close down the stretch. Home team finds a way to get it done, a narrow victory.
Yeah, they finished with a flourish, didn't they? Because there were times where each side looked like they were the better team out there. And the outcome's in doubt for much of this game. Every snap seemingly more important than the previous one. Great effort from the guys visiting. But in the end, how about those guys in their home stadium finding a way to win?
So for Chicago, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Chicago, add another loss to the pile as they drop to 2-8 now on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here.